You probably know me by now as that ugly fat guy that can't shut up about the Bible, but you might remember my name, Bob Price, and I'm going to do some questions like I usually do, but I wanted first to make a kind of public service announcement. I know what it's like to be surviving on a wing and a prayer, especially when you're not even a praying guy. It's pretty tough, and things are just getting tougher. But I want to speak not on my behalf, though I have thanked viewers, and still I'm just amazed at your generosity for the help you've given me. Well, Derek is in worse trouble than I've been in financially, and it's not worth, for our purposes, going into the particulars of the trials and tribulations. But I really would appreciate it if any of you are in a position to help him out, for instance, by joining his Patreon for like $3 a month or more. You've been very generous with me. It makes a huge difference to Carol and myself. It would make a huge difference to Derek and Ryan. And I feel self-conscious in a way making a pitch like this, but I say what I used to say when this rarely came up in the church I pastored, that TV evangelists and others have made it automatically suspicious sounding when people ask for money, because you wonder, well, what's it going to, another golden faucet on Tammy Baker's bathtub? Well, no, it's like going toward not getting your vehicle repossessed, which just happened to Derek. And he's not just some guy who's in the straits. And here's my church analogy. It's kind of like the ads for public TV. They're not just asking you to, brother, can you spare a dime? The idea is if you're watching public TV, you must like what they're offering. And if you want to keep seeing it, somebody's got to support it. It's just an investment, really. Well, it's the same thing here. I think it's pretty rare to have this kind of access to scholarly information and theories and all that. But if Derek simply cannot do it anymore, he's out of luck, but so are you. And so I think, especially at a time of crisis like this, if you could help us and yourselves by keeping Derek, who's just sort of an abbreviation for MythVision, on, that would be great. I don't know if you know the whole thing with Derek, because he's got like a double life. He's doing this and his incredibly helpful work on drug rehabilitation. I just hear a tiny bit of this when occasionally he gets calls about so-and-so who's having a crisis drug-wise, and they need to get to the United States or somewhere else to find proper rehabilitation, and he's making the connections and all this stuff. It's astonishing. He has a separate blog and so forth for this, but none of this pays all that much, unfortunately. And then he's got priorities. He could just chuck MythVision and go be a department store clerk or any number of things, but again, you'd lose MythVision, and I figure you don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. In fact, I've got a vested interest in this too. Did you ever see the movie Videodrome? Well, if you have any taste, you probably haven't, but I saw it when it came out, and there's this great thing. It's about TV and how it takes over. Of course, we know more about that now than we did then in the late 70s, but the idea that it creates a world, it sort of emits a cloud of Maya, as in Hinduism, an illusory world. Well, an interesting thing to me, the most interesting, is this media guru called Dr. Brian Oblivion. This James Woods' character tries to meet this guy, and he meets his daughter, who tells him that, well, my dad is dead and has been for years. What do you mean? He's on all the time. He says, well, I have this, she shows him this VHS library, like a warehouse. The guy recorded so many talks on various things that he doesn't really need to be alive anymore to carry on the thing. Well, I figure it's the same thing. To me, I am so thrilled to have MythVision and to appear on it, because one day the Grim Reaper's going to have a scythe with my name on it, and I would like my crazy scholarly theories to be available for a long time. Again, and I'm not the only one, and so there's a lot at stake here. It's not just that he wants to go get another golden faucet. So if you could help, you'd be helping Derek, me, and yourself to support MythVision. So that's it, over and out.